SSKs are important because when you do a knit two together, you get a right slanting decrease. And so in an effort to get the stitches to slant the other direction, we have the SSK. The problem is, traditionally when you do an SSK, you end up with this staircase effect with the stitches. You can see that this guy is leaning, and this guy is straight up and down, and this guy is leaning, and this guy is straight up and down. And so how do we get a straight line like this with your left leaning decrease? So traditionally when you do an SSK, you slip 2 stitches knitwise, you put them back on the needle, and you knit them, and it creates that left leaning decrease. And that's what I've done in this row of decreases, but again, that's what gives that stair-step effect, and the stitches are not even. Now, what many people have said that you can do instead is to slip the first stitch knitwise, and that's the only one that you twist, and then to knit knit the stitches together through the back loop. And that can help a little bit. You can see that this line is a little bit cleaner, but it still has a little bit of that stair-step look, and my stitches are not exactly even. So let's talk about why this doesn't work and why the knit two together line is so clean. When you do a knit two together, when you're finished with the stitch, if you look on the back end, my first stitch is a little bit looser, and there's this kind of loop hanging out back here, and my second stitch is a little bit tighter, and that's what gives it that nice clean line, is that second stitch, i.e. the one that's in the front that creates the line, is tighter. So if we want to replicate that for our SSK, you can slip your stitch, knit through the back loop, bring the first stitch off, keep the second stitch on, and give it a little tug. It doesn't have to be a big tug, just a little tug to tighten it up. We've replicated that loop in the back. And that is what's going to give you a cleaner SSK. Now, if you don't want to do any slipping and putting back on the needles whatsoever, you can get this same look by going knitwise into this stitch as you would normally. Take the needle behind and put it through the back loop and knit them together. And then again, drop the first stitch, keep the second stitch on, give it a tug. You can eat up some of that extra loop when you knit the next stitch. And there's my nice clean line.